Good evening, ma'am and sir. Good evening, everyone. I am Richie J. Moreto. My research title is Implementation of Project Sabap sa Gipin Ating Buhay at Pahalagahan in Kaingin Elementary School, Santa Rosa City, Basis for Activities. Introduction. Extensive damages caused by natural disasters are being reported daily all over the world, especially in developing countries like the Philippines, where people live in poverty, lack of infrastructure, lack of education, and limited access to technologies by Mandanas 2019. Concepts of Project Sabap. In the context of school project, Sagipin Ating Buhay at Pahalagahan in Kaingin Elementary School is a school-based program highly focused on the goals to lessen the negative effects of hazards and disasters like floods and earthquakes, and practice precautionary or safety measures during hazards like floods and earthquakes, a vital role of a school and school education for disaster risk reduction. Hazards and community disaster. Hazards and community disasters that recently devastated the community in Barangay Kaingin, Santa Rosa City, Laguna are serious disruption of the functioning of the society, causing the widespread of human, material, or environmental losses which exceeds the ability of the affected society to cope using only its own resources by Barangay Kaingin Disasters Report 2021. Background of the study. The increased exposure of communities to both natural and man-made hazards poses a threat to lives and sustainable development efforts. Disasters are unavoidable emergencies that will be difficult to handle by those affected, especially without outside assistance. These are usually caused by natural or man-made events wherein communities experience severe danger and result in loss of lives and properties. With the unavoidable occurrences, they disrupted the social structure and to all or some of the affected communities' essential functions by Lopez 2022. Through the School Memorandum Number 21 Series of 2021, Project Sabap mandated the implementation of learning areas, particularly in Araling Panlipunan and Science. The implementation is focused on the goal of Project Sabap, especially to lessen the negative effects of hazards or disaster like floods and earthquakes, and practice precautionary safety measure during hazards like floods and earthquakes. The implementation of Project Sabap o Sagipin Ating Buhay at Pahalagahan in Kaingin Elementary School is a promising solution on preparing stakeholders to natural disasters because children are good communicators of disaster management steps, starting from their parents, which will spread to their community. Statement of the problem. The study aimed to assess the implementation of Project Sabap Sagipin Ating Buhay at Pahalagahan in selected learning areas for grade 6 at Kaingin Elementary School, Santa Rosa City as basis for activities. 1. What is the profile of the respondents in terms of teachers? Age, sex, educational qualification, subject handled. 2. Pupils. Age, sex. 2. How is Project Sabap Sagipin Ating Buhay at Pahalagahan implemented in science in terms of the following goals? 1. Lessen the negative effects of hazards and disasters like floods and earthquakes. 2. Practice precautionary or safety measures during hazards like floods and earthquakes. Number 3. How is Project Sabap implemented in Araling Panlipunan in terms of the following goals? 1. Lessen the negative effects of hazards and disasters like floods and earthquakes. 2. Practice precautionary or safety measures during hazards like floods and earthquakes. Number 4. Is there significant difference on the implementation of Project Sabap in science in terms of the following goals? Lessen the negative effects of hazards or disasters like floods and earthquakes. 2. Practice precautionary or safety measures during hazards like floods and earthquakes. Number 5. Is there significant difference on the implementation of Project Sabap in Araling Panlipunan in terms of the following goals? Lessen the negative effects of hazards like floods and earthquakes. 2. Practice precautionary or safety measures during hazards like floods and earthquakes. Number 6. What activities may be implemented? Hypothesis. The null hypothesis will be tested in this study. 1. There is no significant difference on the implementation of Project Sabap in science in terms of the following goals. Lessen the negative effects of hazards or disasters like floods and earthquakes. 2. Practice precautionary or safety measures during hazards like floods and earthquakes. 2. There is no significant relationship on the implementation of Project Sabap in science in terms of the following goals. Lessen the negative effects of hazards or disasters like floods and earthquakes. Practice precautionary measures during hazards like floods and earthquakes. Scope and limitations. The study focused on the implementation of the school-based Project Sabap in Kaingin Elementary School. Project Sagipin Ating Buhay at Pahalagahan is a school-based initiative that emphasizes the value of disaster planning and response, as well as the critical role that education and education in school plays in reducing the risk of disaster. The goals of Project Sabap is to lessen the negative effects of hazards or disasters like floods and earthquakes, and practice precautionary or safety measures during hazards like floods and earthquakes. It limited to the implementation of the Project Sabap to science and Araling Panlipunan since these are the subject that aligned its competencies and performance to the project standards. More importantly, in Araling Panlipunan 6, it focuses on mga kontemporaryong isyu sa lipunan, ang mga hakbang sa pagbuo ng community-based disaster risk reduction and management plan as content and performance standards in curriculum and instruction. Additionally, in Science 6, disaster mitigation education is the content and performance standard. This study will focus on 7 grade 6 teachers and 273 learners from the 5 sections. The result of this study will be the basis of classroom activities in Caingin Elementary School, Division of Santa Rosa City, Laguna. Conceptual framework. The framework showed the flow of the research study from the input to the outcome. The input showed the profile of the respondents. The implementation of Project Sabap in Science and Araling Katipunan. The respondents' profile presented the information about their age, sex, educational attainment, and subject handled. The process included the administration of the survey questionnaire and the distribution of the questionnaire for the data gathering procedure. The outcome presented the measured and interpreted results to which record provides the proposed activities by teachers in Caingin Elementary School. To further enhance the implementation of Project Sabap, the outcome, which was the classroom activities, helped teachers and program implementers to effectively gauge efficient procedures and educational plan in hazards and safety mechanisms. The activity guidelines proposed as outcome will help value safety and the unique contributions each student brings to the classroom. Disasters are a serious threat to both communities and schools worldwide. Schools thus have a responsibility to ensure that children are informed about potential natural disasters and are prepared with protective strategies. Research methodology. Research design. The researcher utilized the descriptive quantitative research design as the primary method of research. Sampling technique. Purposive sampling was appropriate for this study. Participants of the study. In the selection process, 7 grade 6 teachers were purposively chosen as part of the study. These 7 grade 6 teachers and 273 pupils have the reasonable experience with the implementation of Project Sabap and the internal knowledge regarding their participation to various activities in school. Research instrument. The research instrument used in this study was research-made survey questionnaire. Data collection procedure. A scheduled survey questionnaire administration was administered to the teachers and pupils of the respondent school. Chapter 4. Presentation, analysis, and interpretation of data. Table number 1 shows the profile of respondents in terms of age, sex, educational qualification, length of service, and subject handled. Age. As to the age of the teacher respondents, there is one teacher who is in the age 21 to 30 with 14.29%. Meanwhile, there are 2 teachers who are in the age 31 to 40 with 28.57%. However, there are 4 teachers who are in the age of 41 to 50 with 57.14%. It can be noted from the data that majority of the teachers aged 41 to 50 years old. This age group belongs to the mature adulthood age of the human developed sex. As the demographic profile according to sex, there are 4 male teachers with 57.14%. Meanwhile, there are 3 female teacher with 42.86%. This only means that male teachers overweigh the number of female teachers in this study. According to Gallman 2020, the female teachers are emotionally suited to cater learners with their instruction and as to implement various school-based project educational qualifications. There are 3 teachers who attained master units with 42.86%. However, there are 4 teachers who completed and attained master's degree with 57.14%. It can be noted from the data that majority of the teachers were master's degree graduates. They have the excellent qualification to practice the teaching profession in the elementary level. According to Nisperos 2021, an elementary education teachers may have a self-contained classroom or provide support in disaster management mechanism in the particular department. Length of service. There is one teacher who rendered 3 years and below of teaching service with 14.29%. On the other hand, there are 2 teachers who rendered 4 to 9 years of service with 28.57%. Meanwhile, there are 3 teachers who rendered 10 to 14 years of service, 42.86%. However, there is one teacher who rendered 15 to 20 years of service with 14.29%. It is gleaned in the data that majority of the teachers have been teaching for more than 10 years. They have already rendered their service in public school for decades. This implies that they have already gained meaningful experience in the training or teaching profession, especially in implementing disaster response and management. Subject handled. And lastly, there are 4 teachers who handled science with 57.14%. However, there are 3 teachers who handled Araling Panlipunan with 42.86%. Data disclose that majority of the teachers equate their length of service to the number of years they have been teaching science subject as a good avenue to implementing the Project Sabap of the school. The teachers thought that prior to the actual implementation of Project Sabap in their school, they have been encountering various orientation and practical inputs as to effective implementation. This data also supports to the study provided by NDRRM that the teachers who implemented the school-based response to disaster and hazard executed long years are prepared for significant changes in the pacing. Table number 2 presents the demographic profile of the student respondents in this study. There are 45 pupils who age 11 years old with 1.48%. However, there are 205 pupils who age 12 years old with 75.09%. Meanwhile, there are 23 pupils who age 13 years old with 8.42%. It can be gleaned from the data that most of the student respondents are 11 years old. According to the Rango 2022, elementary education in the Philippines consists of 6 years of schooling covering grade 1 to 6. Normally, grade 6 pupils are on their 11 years old. Typically, students in the 6th grade are around 11 to 12 years old. Most kids start the school year at 11 and turn 12 by the end of the school year. Moreover, there are 120 male students with 43.96%. However, there are 153 female students with 56.04%. According to statistics, during the 2023-2024 school year, there were more female elementary graduates in the Philippines than their male counterparts. In particular, about 859,000 of the elementary graduates were female, while 754 were males. This only means that the data above transpire to the records as presented in the statistics. Thus, the records in the table which shows that there are more female than male students only transpire to the various records and statistics presented by various departments and studies. Table 3 presents the mean score on the implementation of Project Sabap in science in terms of the Goal 1 lesson, the negative effects of hazards or disasters like floods and earthquakes.
Teachers, the highest indicator, which 4.86 weighted mean, is the indicator 3, uses graphics, videos, and dramas to portray the impact of disasters on communities during science, and got the 4.57, the lowest score, which is indicator number 1, introduced the concepts of natural hazards during science class, and got a grand mean of 4.69, and verbal interpretation is always. While pupils, the highest weighted mean is indicator 2, introduces basic disaster risk management concepts and knowledge, and got a lowest score of 4.89 weighted mean for indicator 5, includes role-playing on the effects of floods and earthquakes in the community in science class, and got its grand mean of 4.73, and always its verbal interpretation. While the average, got a highest weighted mean is the indicator 4, which conducts disaster preparedness simulation in the science instruction, while got the lowest weighted mean in 4.58. The indicator 3 uses graphics, videos, and dramas to portray the impact of disasters on communities during science class, and got an average of grand mean 4.71. Weighted mean for the verbal interpretation is always.
Furthermore, according to Troufman 2021, teachers plays an important role in disaster management by educating students and the community. Students receive the direct orientation for any disaster and hazards mechanisms in the school. Thus, it is expected that when it comes to evaluating the program, students rate higher compared to anybody else. They can form school disaster management teams, develop preparedness and response plans, train students in the first aid and evacuation, and conduct regular mock drills. School disaster and hazard management is the process of assessment and planning, physical protection and response capacity development designed to protect students and the staff from physical harm and minimize disruption and ensure the continuity of education for all children. Education is important and represents a priority because if human beings become aware of disaster risk, acquire the knowledge necessary, and develop the appropriate behavior, attitudes, level of involvement, they will not be able to prevent them.
Table 4 shows the mean score on the implementation of Project Sabap in science in terms of go-to practice, precautionary or safety measures during hazards like floods and earthquakes. For teachers, indicator 1 got the highest score, which discusses various functioning equipment in case of disaster like fire extinguisher to the class, while indicator 2 and 3 got the lowest score with 4.43, which is interconnect schools and community hazards maps and its relevance during class discussion. Number 3, identify the evacuation areas, safe space at home and school during hazards or disasters, and got the grand mean for 4.69, which verbal interpretation of always. While pupils got the highest score in indicator 3, which is identifies the evacuation areas or safe space at home in school during hazards or disasters, and got the lowest indicator, which is 4.88. Number 4 indicator uses storytelling and news clippings to present safety mechanisms to class, and got the grand mean of 4.90, which verbal interpretation as always. And the average weighted mean got the highest score of indicator 2, which is interconnect school and community hazard maps, its relevance during classroom discussions, while got a lowest score indicator 2. Indicator 3 identifies the evacuation area, safe space at home and in school during hazards or disasters with 4.39, which is interpreted as always, and got a general grand mean of 4.80 in always as a verbal interpretation.
It can be noted that the science go-to, which is practice, precautionary, and safety safety measures during hazards like floods and earthquakes can be a good avenue for implementing Project Sabap in the school instruction among the grade 6 pupils. Implementing Project Sabap into formal education and curricular has been suggested as one strategy to help increase knowledge and understanding of disaster risk, most especially in precautionary or safety measures during hazards like floods and earthquakes. As emphasized in this sense, they have direct and on-hand experience to the process, thus they have involved as to how the school monitors safety issues and implement the necessary procedures to start the community recovery process. These transpire to the evaluation and results comparing from the teaching personnel and student. Table 5 displays the mean scores on the implementation of Project Sabap in Araling Panlipunan in terms of Goal 1, lessen the negative effects of hazards or disasters like floods and earthquakes.
For teachers, indicator 1 got the highest score or weighted mean of 4.71, which interpreted as always, and got the lowest score of weighted mean, the indicator number 2, that allows the pupils to conduct simple case study or interviews to gain additional information and knowledge based on general or specific effects of hazards and earthquakes, and got the grand mean of 4.59 as interpreted in a verbal interpretation of always, while pupils got the highest weighted mean in indicator 3, which is ask the students to perform group reporting regarding safety measures during floods and earthquakes, while they got the lowest score of 4.82 weighted mean for the indicator 4, provide supporting and contrary examples of hazards and disasters to illustrate the negative effects, and got the grand mean of 4.89 as always in verbal interpretation, while the average weighted mean indicator 3 got the highest weighted mean as the students to perform group reporting regarding safety measures during floods and earthquakes, and got the lowest weighted mean of 4.67. The indicator number 2 allows the pupils to conduct simple case study to gain additional information and knowledge based on general specific effects of hazards or disasters, and got the grand mean of 4.73 and its verbal interpretation as always.
According to Windsor 2022, a result of the combination of hazard, vulnerability, and inefficient capacity or measure to reduce the potential chance of risk in primary social studies, a combination of the exposure to hazard. Table 6 present the mean score of the implementation of Project Sabap in Araling Panlipunan in terms of Goal 2.
Teachers of weighted mean has the highest indicator of number 4, which identifies disaster risk in school and community, got the 5.0 as always its verbal interpretation, and got the lowest score of 4.57. Indicator 3, formulate school or community preparedness plan to be presented to learners, and got the grand mean, which 4.80 and always and its verbal interpretation, while pupils obtained the highest score of indicators 3, which 4.94, which formulates school community preparedness plan to be presented to learners, and got the lowest score of indicator 5, which 4.89, that is trains the learners on hazards, vulnerability, and capacity assessment, and got the grand mean of 4.92 as always in verbal interpretation, while average score the highest weighted mean indicator 4, which identifies disaster risk in school and community, and got the lowest score of 4.96. Indicator 3 formulates school community preparedness plan to be presented to learners, and got the grand mean of 4.86 as always in verbal interpretation.
The implementation of Project Sabap into curriculum is important as there are several benefits to this. The school-based Project Sabap can be implemented into Araling Panlipunan to help teach children how to identify and respond to risk in their community, thereby reducing vulnerability and building resilience in children. There will always be a significant reduction of death and injuries in better preparedness and increased capacity and knowledge regarding what to do in an emergency. Table 7 displays the significant difference on the implementation of Project Sabap. It can be noted that for Science Goal 1, is obtained a computed F value of 13.50 with 3.87 critical value that directly indicates that there is a significant difference on the implementation of Project Sabap. Thus, the hypothesis indicating that there is no significant difference on the integration of Project Sabap in science in terms of lessen the negative effects of hazards or disasters like floods and earthquakes is rejected. However, Science Goal 2 scored 1.1 computed F value with 3.87 critical value that directly indicates that there is no significant difference on the implementation of Project Sabap. Thus, thus the hypothesis indicating that there is no significant difference on the implementation of Project SABAP in science in terms of practice, precautionary, or safety measures during hazards like floods and earthquakes is accepted. Moreover, Araling Panlipunan Goal 1 scored 23.37, computed F value with 3.87 critical value that directly indicates that there is significant difference on the implementation of Project SABAP. Thus, the hypothesis indicating that there is no significant difference on the implementation of Project SABAP in Araling Panlipunan in terms of lessen the negative effects of hazards or disasters like floods and earthquakes is rejected. On the other hand, Araling Panlipunan Goal 2 scored 3.64, computed F value with 3.87 critical value that directly indicates that there is no significant difference on the implementation of Project SABAP. Thus, the hypothesis indicating that there is no significant difference on the implementation of Project SABAP in Araling Panlipunan in terms of practice, precautionary, or safety measures during hazards like floods and earthquakes is accepted. The result of the study through the data above provide a number pointers to nature of efforts being made to attempt to implement Project SABAP into science and Araling Panlipunan. First, results of the study show that teachers in primary schools generally have a positive view about Project SABAP and why it should be implemented into the curriculums, specifically in science and Araling Panlipunan. Table 8 shows the significant relationship between the teacher's profile and implementation of Project SABAP. It can be noted that as to the age and the demographic profile of teachers, Science Goal 1 obtained 0.95 computed R value with very high relationship as it's interpreted, which shows significant relationship. Moreover, Science Goal 2 obtained 0.86 computed R value with high relationship as its interpretation, which shows significant relationship. On the other hand, Araling Panlipunan Goal 1 indicated there is 0.89 computed R value with high relationship as its interpretation, which shows significant relationship. Additionally, Araling Panlipunan Goal 2 obtained 0.98 computed R value as its interpretation, which shows significant relationship. As to the sex of the demographic profile of the teachers, Science Goal 1 obtained 0.67 computed R value with moderate relationship as its interpretation, which shows significant relationship. Moreover, Science Goal 2 obtained 0.86 computed R value with high relationship as the interpretation, which shows significant relationship. On the other hand, Araling Panlipunan Goal 1 indicated there is 0.77 computed R value with high relationship as its interpretation, which shows significant relationship. Additionally, Araling Panlipunan Goal 2 obtained 0.72 computed R value with high relationship as its interpretation, which shows significant relationship. As to the educational qualification of the demographic profile of the teachers, Science Goal 1 obtained 0.81 computed R value with high relationship as its interpretation, which shows significant relationship. Moreover, Science Goal 2 obtained 0.73 computed R value with high relationship as its interpretation, which shows significant relationship. On the other hand, Araling Panlipunan Goal 1 indicated there is 0.81 computed R value with high relationship as its interpretation, which shows significant relationship. Additionally, Araling Panlipunan Goal 2 obtained 0.96 computed R value with very high relationship as its interpretation, which shows significant relationship. As to the length of service of the demographic profile of the teachers, Science Goal 1 obtained 0.97 computed R value with very high relationship as its interpretation, which shows significant relationship. Moreover, Science Goal 2 obtained 0.92 computed R value with very high relationship as its interpretation, which shows significant relationship. On the other hand, Araling Panlipunan Goal 1 indicated there is 0.92 computed R value with very high relationship as its interpretation, which shows significant relationship. Additionally, Araling Panlipunan Goal 2 obtained 0.92 computed R value with very high relationship as its interpretation, which shows significant relationship. As to the subject handled of the demographic profile of the teachers, Science Goal 1 obtained 0.66 computed R value with moderate relationship as its interpretation, which shows significant relationship. Moreover, Science Goal 2 obtained 0.86 computed R value with high relationship as its interpretation, which shows significant relationship. On the other hand, Araling Panlipunan Goal 1 indicated there is 0.77 computed R value with high relationship as its interpretation, which shows significant relationship. Additionally, Araling Panlipunan Goal 2 obtained 0.72 computed R value with high relationship as its interpretation, which shows significant relationship. According to Gauman 2019, that towards a learning culture of safety and resilience, technical guidance for implementing disaster risk reduction in the school curriculum also provides appropriate teaching and learning methods for disasters and hazards preparedness. The implementation of Project SABAP empowers and motivates learners, and they support the development of comprehensive culture of disaster resilience. experience in the school. Table 9 presents the significant relationship between the pupil's profile and the implementation of Project Sabap. It can be noted that as to be the age and the demographic profile of pupils, Science Go 1 obtained a 0.68 computed R value with moderate relationship as its interpretation, which shows significant relationship. Moreover, Science Go 2 obtained 0.39 computed R value with low relationship as its interpretation, which shows significant relationship. On the other hand, Araling Panlipunan Go 1 indicated there is 0.73 R value with high relationship as its interpretation, which shows significant relationship. Lastly, Araling Panlipunan Go 2 obtained 0.65 computed R value with moderate relationship as its interpretation, which shows significant relationship. As to the sex of the demographic profile of the pupils, Science Go 1 obtained 0.50 computed R value with moderate relationship as its interpretation, which shows significant relationship. Moreover, Science Go 2 obtained 0.20 computed R value with low relationship as its interpretation, which shows significant relationship. On the other hand, Araling Panlipunan Go 1 indicated there is 0.71 computed R value with high relationship as its interpretation, which shows significant relationship. Additionally, Araling Panlipunan Go 2 obtained 0.61 computed R value with moderate relationship as its interpretation, which shows significant relationship. According to NTM 2023, implementing disasters and hazards response is seen as the key component to school function, which puts knowledge, innovations, and educations at the heart of the goals. Societies become better prepared for responding to the threat from disaster and to promote teaching on hazards and risk reduction in school. Summary of the findings. This study focused the implementation of Project Sabap sa Gipinating Buhay at Pahalagahan in selected learning areas for grade 6 at Kaingin Elementary School, Santa Rosa City as basis for activities. The local of the study is from Kaingin Elementary School with 7 teachers as respondents and 273 pupils in the grade 6 level. Using the researcher-made test with different indicators, the researcher gathered data from the mentioned population. A total of 280 answer sheets and questionnaires were distributed and retrieved from the respondents. The data were quantified using the percentage, weighted mean, and analysis of variance to get the significant relationship of the data given. While 4 or 57.14% were male, subsequently 3 or 42.86% are male. On the other hand, student respondents comprise of 273, which the majority consists of 12 years of age with 75.09%, while there are 153 female or 56.04% and 120 males or 43.96%. Number 2, data gathered from the teacher respondents in their educational qualifications displays that most of the respondents obtained their master's degree with 4 responses or 57.14%, while most teachers respondents rendered 10 to 14 years as their length of service in teaching, with 3 as total frequency or 42.86%. 4 from the teacher respondents as frequency or 57.14% who handled science class as their experience, and 3 or 42.86% handled Araling Panlipunan. Number 3, based on the weighted mean for teachers as respondents, the Goal 1 in science obtained 4.69 weighted mean and verbally interpreted as agree. However, a weighted mean of 4.73 for student respondents in Goal 1 in science and agree as its verbal interpretation. The average weighted mean is 4.71 with agree as its verbal interpretation. Meanwhile, 4.69 weighted mean with agree as its verbal interpretation in Goal 2 for science subject, and 4.90 weighted mean with agree as its verbal interpretation for students respondents. The average weighted mean for Goal 2 is 4.80 with agree as its verbal interpretation. Number 4, as to the Araling Panlipunan, the weighted mean for teachers as respondents in the Goal 1 is 4.57 and verbally interpreted as agree. However, a weighted mean of 4.89 for student respondents in Goal 1 in Araling Panlipunan and agree as its verbal interpretation. The average weighted mean is 4.73 with agree as its verbal interpretation. Meanwhile, 4.80 weighted mean with agree as its verbal interpretation in Goal 2 for Araling Panlipunan subject, and 4.92 weighted mean with agree as its verbal interpretation for student respondents. The average weighted mean for Goal 2 is 4.86 with agree as its verbal interpretation. Number 5, as to the significant difference on the implementation of Project Sabap Goal 1 in both science and Araling Panlipunan have the significant difference with 13.50 and 23.37 computed F value respectively, while Goal 2 for both science and Araling Panlipunan do not have significant difference with 1.10 and 3.64 computed F value. Number 6, demographic characteristics of teachers such as age, sex, educational qualification, length of service, and subject handled, and the age and sex of pupils respondents shows significant relationship with the implementation of Project Sabap in the school. Conclusions. Based upon the findings of the study, following conclusions were formulated. 1. As to the demographic profile of the teachers' respondents, it can be noted from the data that majority of the teachers are aged 41 to 50 years old and male teachers. This age group belongs to the mature adulthood stage of the human development. Most of them completed and attained master's degree with 57.14% and rendered 10 to 14 years of service. Meanwhile, female respondents overweigh the male students. Among the two goals in both science and Araling Panlipunan, the respondents noted agree in the verbal interpretation as to the level of implementation of Project Sabap in the classroom instruction for these two subjects. This only implied that the Project Sabap is evidently implemented in the school. 3. There is 3.87 critical value, thus the hypothesis indicating that there is no significant difference on the implementation of Project Sabap in science in terms of lessening the negative effects of hazards and disasters like floods and earthquakes is rejected, while the hypothesis indicating that there is no significant difference on the implementation of Project Sabap in science in terms of practicing precautionary or safety measures during hazards like floods and earthquakes is accepted. This only implied that Goal 1 is not fully implemented and practiced as part of the disaster and hazards response in the school. Number 4. Moreover, the critical value for Araling Panlipunan is 3.87, thus the hypothesis indicating that there is no significant difference on the implementation of Project Sabap in Araling Panlipunan in terms of lessening the negative effects of hazards and disasters like floods and earthquakes is rejected. On the other hand, the hypothesis indicating that there is no significant difference on the implementation of Project Sabap in Araling Panlipunan in terms of practicing precautionary or safety measures during hazards like floods and earthquakes is accepted. 5. The data further indicated that there is significant relationship as to the demographic profile of the respondents and the implementation of Project Sabap. Number 6. For better result and effective learning outcomes to the learners, a classroom management was developed. Recommendations. Based upon the findings and conclusion formulated, the following recommendations are offered. 1. School institution and teachers should offer trained professionals during learning action cell or lab or in-service training to help the community in the process of recovery and provide more practical insights for disaster and hazard response. Number 2. The school institution should consider the Project Sabap as a multi-sectoral facet and aims of reducing people's vulnerability to disasters. With this, there should be strong partnership within and among the community of the school like internal and external stakeholders to effectively implement it in broader scale of the project. Number 3, the school administrator should consider the intensive mainstreaming of Project Sabap in the curriculum across all subjects. The incorporation of Project Sabap in the curricular of the primary education is key in the transfer of knowledge from professionals to students through the teacher trainings and development. Number 4, update and enhance the policies and strategies annually through strengthened evaluation of the Project Sabap to prevent new disaster risks, reducing existing disaster and hazard risks, and manage residual risks, contributing to the strengthening of resilience and reduction of disasters losses. 5. Conduct and implement seminars about coastal cleanup, tree planting, river dredging for the smooth flow of water through the sea, and synchronize canal cleanup, canal widening, and elimination of illegal structures on waterways through the initiative and implementation of Project Sabap in the community. 6. There should be a strategic communication plan among the school, LGU, barangay community to strengthen the partnership in addressing the gap through Project Sabap. Number 7. The implementers both on the barangay and the local government should focus more on implementing seminars and consultation meetings regarding coastal cleanup, basic life support, and first aid drills since the residents and the officials are more actively participating in seminars. 8. The implementers of the campaign should minimize the focus on simulation and drills, film showing, releasing of flyers, posters, and usage of social media to relay announcements to the residents. Number 9. For the future researchers, the researcher recommends that they should continue monitoring of the changes that might happen in the future. Use this study as reference and create a better plan that they will eventually put in their own researches. Output. Classroom activities for the implementation of Project Sabap sa Gibin Ating Buhay at Pahalagahan. Rationale. Education in emergencies refers to the quality learning opportunities for all ages and situation of crisis. It provides physical, psychological, and cognitive protection that can sustain and save lives without sacrificing the goal of each learners to learn. In Kaingin Elementary School, the Project Sabap sa Gibin Ating Buhay at Pahalagahan has 4 salient steps in delivering to school and school children. There are assessment, validation, provision of response and recovery interventions, and monitoring. Reducing disaster and hazard risk confronting the education sector is paramount to the achievement of the Kaingin Elementary School outcome, namely access, quality, and governance. As such, the SES has been building the resilience of education by advancing school safety through these proposed classroom activities. In accordance with this thrust, the SES ensures the delivery of efficient services which underscore the following 3 pillars of areas of focus. 1. Safe learning facilities. 2. School disaster and hazard management. 3. Successful implementation in the curriculum. Objectives. Children are the most vulnerable person during catastrophe. Nowadays, the effects of climate change bring children to danger. Disasters deprive children of their right to a continuous quality basic education in a safe environment. It is important for students to know firsthand what makes their school unsafe and how to make and keep their school safe. They should know what to do before, during, and after disasters. Preparedness is based on a sound analysis of disaster risk and linkages with early warning systems and includes contingency planning, stockpiling of equipment and supplies, and associated training and classroom exercises. These classroom activities aim to capacitate pupils on their preparedness before, during, and after calamities and disasters prevalent in the locality. The objectives of this program are the following: to improve learners' level of understanding on the hazards and potential risks within the school. Then to increase learners' awareness on the hazards and possible risks inside the school. To engage learners in real-life situation in safety and preparedness activity. Classroom activity 1. Group work and project immersion. Goals: help students become aware of floods and earthquake hazards. Teach students how to identify potential floods and earthquake hazards in their settlement. Teach students ways to mitigate floods and earthquake hazards. Classroom activity 2. Waterfalls or ground shake. Goals: give students information about floods and earthquake. Help students identify the potential hazards in their settlement. Teach students safe behavior rules that must be followed while passing risk zone. Classroom activity 3. Strong floods and earthquakes. Goals: provide students with information about strong floods and earthquake and their destructive force. Help students identify the warning signs of possible strong floods and earthquake. They teach students the rules of safe behavior before, during, and after a strong floods and earthquake. And that would be all. Thank you and God bless.